Would you like to step inside the home of a minimalist? Well, now you can. You can take a video tour of my family home and Ryan's home over at theminimalists.com/resources.
The Minimalists.
Jeffrey asks, how do I find a supportive community if I'm not religious? I mean, I think we kind of touched on this, but I think it depends on where you live and what your interests are. But I think ultimately community needs to be based on values, not just interests, because you might be interested in bowling with everyone you bowl with, but I don't know if that makes for the most meaningful relationship if that's your only commonality.
Yep.
I say, one of the things that atheists are not great at is creating community.
Yeah, for sure.
And
they're the worst at it.
Yeah, they're not good at it.
I was talking to Sam Harris about this, and he was like, yeah, we're just terrible at it.
And so I do look at the spectrum of what makes you more individualistic, what makes you more communal. And so I'd say if you're an atheist and you're irreligious, find a place like Mosaic where they just basically tell you don't have to agree with us to be with us, and you don't have to believe to belong. Just you need people. And so with my friends who are atheists, I tell them, hey, look, man, if there's no God, we can't hurt you. If there is, it might actually help you. But what you do need are humans. What you need are friends. What you need is community. So stop closing yourself out to people who believe, because there are really good people there too.
Wow.
Yeah. You have a thought?
I play video games. That was one thing I picked up during the quarantine, and I play video games with a bunch of other, creative directors in LA, which is they do Post Malone and Tory Lanez and all these other Dominic Fike, all these other musician Kevin, your PA connected us, and we play Call of Duty. But one of the things that we find is one of them on the thing is hey, whenever Aaron comes on, it's it's Pastor Aaron. The language changes. There's less and I'm like, guys, you can just be who you are. And it is an interesting thing to kind of to see the switch happen when I come on, but it's one of the few community places where I'm hey, we all love playing video games together, and our values are so different, and yet we found this common place. And so we talk about faith, and over time now, 6 months later, they're like, hey, can you pray for me? Or hey, this was going on in my family, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Yeah, I'll pray for you, but also we kind of found this place where we don't believe anything the same, but we have fun together. We find joy. So I think that's, for me, it is hard when you're outside of a church or you don't play sports or XYZ, but find people you can just laugh with and express joy with.
Yeah. And
I do things with people that I don't enjoy. You like certain things I don't like, and I just suffer through them. But you come to church sometimes, suffer through that, and then we'll hang out before or after, and